So the more I looked into this event, Legend Anthology, the more I realized how many decks were actually hit. If you try to just think of a deck that you think is going to be good or playable for this event, chances are there's going to be some random ass hit on it that Konami made that's going to make it really annoying to play. So I've been trying to look into decks that were hit to a degree. Obviously pretty much every single deck that's playable in this event has some form of hits, but it can still play very well and are still really strong in spite of it. And obviously, if you saw my last video where I covered a budget version of the Anthology, well, this is the a budget version of Marincess. This is the quote-unquote non-budget version, and really the only non-budget part comes from the extra deck. Okay, so the two URs, Coral Triangle and Mako Argonaut. If you're trying to play quote-unquote full power Marincess for this event, you need these two. These are incredibly important. Coral Triangle adds Marincess Wave. Marincess Wave is the best card in your deck. In perm from the hand that makes every monster you control a tower for that turn, and it's easily recyclable. You never ran more than one Marincess Wave anyway, so good job, Konami, once again. Good job on the very impactful hit. And then you notice there's a 4-card Exceeds package in here. This is where the non-budget stuff comes in, and this is for all my shark enthusiasts who just love playing water decks and still held on to all their Nash Knight cards. So the idea with this is Nash Knight is a quick effect suck, non-targeting. You detach 2, and then you can just suck up your opponent's monster and put it underneath this card as material. And all you need is 2 level 5 monsters to make this, so I'll go explain into how the changes I made in the main deck to facilitate more rank 5 plays. You can also, on your turn, if you're playing proactive and not trying to, if it's not turn 1 and you're trying to kill your opponent, you can also overlay C Nash Knight on top of the Nash Knight, and then with this you can detach material and put a Sign Honor Arc on top of this, and then Sign Honor Arc will once again suck your opponent's monster. Actually, let me see. You might consider actually putting in a slot for Frozen Lady of Justice too, as well. Although this is not as important. This is like a win more card. Yeah, that definitely win more. Don't even worry about that. But yeah, this is another non-targeting suck. Number C101 Silent Honor Dark. And Silent Honor Arc is sort of an engine requirement for this package because you need to attach a number of receipts from your extra deck too, and you probably want to attach Silent Honor Arc for Nash Knight's effect so that you can still have the option of going to Silent Honor Dark as follow-up for next turn. But yeah, just being able to make a non-targeting monster removing interruption that doesn't even trigger floating effects is obviously really powerful in such a low-powered event such as this one. And Honor Arc itself is non-destruction removal if you can make rank 4s, which this deck still can make rank 4s. Most of the monsters are level 4s, but the main point of this is so that you can is to facilitate the Nash Knight Honor Dark engine. And then for the main deck, right? So this is a non-budget build, so I'm assuming you will have max copies of Veilers, which is like the next best hand trap after the one of Imperm, and then that's pretty much it. The Skullmeister, I don't know how good Skullmeisters are, to be honest. This could probably be swapped out for anything else. Triple Chalice, triple Book is... I feel like Book is going to be really strong this format. You can end so many decks' turns by just booking their first normal summon, like Salad, like Marincess as well. So, yeah, we're playing those, and then the Marincess names, you're maxing out on the good Marincess names. Pascalis, 1 MBT, 1 Spring Girl, because that's all you that's all you're allowed to run. 1 Basilima just as a utility. It's basically a brand opening effect for monsters, and you can dump this off with Blue Tang, although probably you don't even really need to run this because the main way you get to this is off NBT, and of course with NBT being limited, that's not really an interaction. So Actually, you might consider this could be literally any other card, to be honest. This is basically just a level 4 water normal summon. And 3 Seahorse is the next best extender, summon to a link point. 3 Mandarin because you need to open a Marincess monster to start your combo. You see we have 1, 2, 3, 9, and then 9, 11, and then 14. Format Skipper is 14 normal summons, so if you, as long as you open one of these 14 cards, you should be able to do your combo. And you absolutely need to open a Marincess monster, so this is Mandarin is the next best one. And Format Skipper. Format Skipper is like the spice for this build. Since you reveal a Link monster from your extra deck, and you're gonna reveal Blue Slug or Sea Angel, and then you can use Format Skipper as the same name as this, so you can link off Format Skipper into a Marincess Sea Angel. Because even if Format Skipper is technically the same name as Marincess Sea Angel, it's like you're linking off a Sea Angel into a Sea Angel. Format Skipper is a level 1 monster, so it is technically treated as a level 4 or lower Marincess monster. So that fulfills the requirements for linking off into Sea Angel. Even though it's kind of weird you're linking a monster technically with the same name into itself, but the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rulings. And when you do that, Format Skipper lets you add a level 5 or higher Cyber monster from your deck to your hand, which you're going to be adding Marincess Sleeping Mating. All of this is an extender that's a level 5, and you can special summon it if you control another Marincess card, which Battle Ocean also counts. You can use this to protect Battle Ocean in pinch, but also this is a level 5 monster, so it helps you access your rank 5 engine, but also it's just a free extender you get off of Format Skipper. So Format Skipper gives you full combo by itself. It gives you a add off Sea Angel and an extra extender. And then the Abyss Shark. One Abyss Shark alone fulfills the 1 rank 5 because you can special Abyss Shark, add Dream Shark, and then Dream Shark. If you control if all the monsters you control are water monsters, you can just special Dream Shark. So that's 2 level 5s right there. You can also Abyss Shark plus Sleep Maiden is also a rank 5. And then you can add like a Silent Angler too, and Silent Angler is another extender that you can special summon. Be careful that make sure this is the last thing you special summon from the hand, because you cannot special summon from your hand anymore after summoning this, so just be careful of that. But yeah, that's basically the gist of this. You have a 15 or so starters. All of these you can normal summon to start your plays, and then any extenders let you make just more Marincess Link monsters. And then if you have a Abyss Shark, you can also access your Nash Knight. And I'll show you what a board you ideally want with to build with this deck. Alright, awesome. This is a great hand. We have opened Abyss Shark plus a Marincess monster. So I'm going to summon Seahorse, and I'm going to Blue Slug, add back the Seahorse, and you're gonna see a lot of link climbing just to take 5 minutes to summon one monster. That's what a Cyber deck does. Special back the Seahorse and going to Sea Angel. We have Battle Ocean already in hand, so I'm going to add Dive to hand. Now I'm going to activate Battle Ocean, and because we control Battle Ocean, now Dive can special summon a Marincess monster from the deck. And we're always going to summon NBT. Then activate NBT will dump a Spring Girl. Or a Spring Girl, Jesus, a Mandarin. That's an extra extender. And here you can actually bring back the Mandarin, since we don't have to worry about Nibiru. Nibiru doesn't exist in this event, so just bring back the Mandarin to the link zone that the Sea Angel points to. Link 2 of these off into Core Enemy, and we'll get the NBT Excavate to see if we hit anything off the NBT. And we hit another Battle Ocean and a... Holy shit. We're hitting absolutely everything. But yeah, Coral Triangle now. We'll bring back MBT. Doesn't really matter what you bring back, to be perfectly honest. Going to Coral Triangle with the enemy. Then add back the blue tang with Coral Anemone. Here we'll use Triangle's effect, discarding the blue tang since we already normal summoned, and we'll get a wave to hand. Next, link off these two into Crystal Heart so we can make an unaffected Aqua Argonaut now. Special Aqua Argonaut with these two into the extra monster zone and equip 3. And we'll equip Coral Anemone because you want to special summon that back. Crystal Heart, and why not? Let's get back a Blue Slug. So this is already a pretty formidable board, right? This is a Towers Aqua Argonaut with a spell and trap negate and a wave in hand. So that's like 2 interruptions right there plus Towers. But we can keep going because we have a Abyss Shark in hand. So I'm going to special Abyss Shark. Then since we already have the Dream Shark in hand, I'm going to add Silent Angler. And we will activate Dream Shark, special itself, and these two can make Nash Knights. Now we have a non-targeting suck as well. And if I wanted to, I could summon these two and I don't know, make a Silent Honor Arc, but honestly, I can just keep these in hand and just commit these for follow-up on the next turn. Since we already have a non-targeting removal, spell trap negate, monster negate, plus the Book of Moon, plus infinite follow-up, we have the Coral Triangle and follow-up. If they ever dare rid of this board, we're gonna soul charge back our field. And yeah, this is I mean, try playing through this in the Legend Anthology event. Next up, I guess it's fitting since this is the Acceleration Legend Anthology. We're playing Speedroid, Zoom. This deck is a bit more expensive than the Marincess one, since the core cards in the extra deck are a lot of URs, quite frankly. You probably want double Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. This isn't just like some event shit. Like even regular Speedroid plays double Crystal Wing, unfortunately. And there's no Baron, so Crystal Clearwing Synchro Dragon is the Baron level 10 Baron replacement. Obviously not as good. It's not an Omni Negate. This is a spell trap negate, and Crystal Wing is your monster negate, and Crystal Clearwing Synchro is your level 5 or higher monster protection, which your entire extra deck is. Of note, the Link monster is banned, so it's a little bit of a consistency loss there. Rubber Band Shooter. And you do have the entire main deck is mostly legal. You do have 3 Terror Top still, 3 Talking Tom, Orc, 3 Ultra Hound, 3 Marble Machine. These are all your quote-unquote one-card starters to play the game, and this is not contrary to what I feel most people would believe Speedroid is. Speedroid is not a wombo combo like balls to the wall deck. It is a mid-range deck. Most of the time, you're gonna play through the hands. You're gonna end on like a couple synchros on the field, but most likely like a Crystal Wing and then like something else with it, and then you have non-engine. So obviously the non-engine of this format is Valor, Inperm, Book, and Forbidden Chalice. So yeah, and Skullmeister is the only other legal hand trap, which I'm still not sure how good this is until I can see more of the meta develop and see how many cards actually Skullmeister hits. But one thing I forgot to mention in the Marincess deck profile, but Sneaky C. Now, there's no reason you should have this card. I only have this card because I guess I forgot to dismantle it or something. But Sneaky C, when your opponent special summons a monster, you can special summon this face down, and then during the end phase, you flip the face up and you destroy all special summon monsters on the field, which is should be most of your opponent's combo board if they do any sort of combo. It's very funny, and I feel like it's kind of hard to remove this because all the generic removal extra monsters are kind of hit. There's no Baron. Obviously, Baron's the easiest way, and as you can see, there's no Nightmares, so you can't Nightmare Phoenix, or not Nightmare Phoenix. You can't Nightmare Unicorn. You can't Nightmare Cerberus, the Sneaky C. It's like if you drop this on them, and then they, it's like it can potentially end their turn, or just make them accept the fact that they're gonna lose their board to a fucking level 7 bug. But yeah, this is more of a gimmicky than necessary. This is it's really just for the meme. And yeah, for the ratios, you have one red eye die. You only need one red eye die for the middle of modulation. You can reuse this multiple times. You need the 2 Denden Daiko, the 2 DDDD Daiko Duke, 2 Card Turbo, 1 Double Yo-Yo, and 1 Fuki Madoshi Piper. Rubber Band Plane, this is filler. This is just like a free summon. It's not really necessary, but without the best Speedroid monster, which is Cashier Unicorn, you do have some more space to put other Speedroid extenders. Speaking of Speedroid extenders, you have Speed Recovery, which is a non-once return monster reborn with follow-up. 1 Speedroid Wheel, which is like a E-Telly for the deck with upside, and you don't have to worry about Ash or Maxi chaining Ash or Maxi to your Speedroid card, so this is safe to activate. Same with a Speedroid Scratch. This is a roll that as long as you have to send a Speedroid card from your hand, but again, no Ash punish, no Droll punish, so there's no real downsides to playing this. That's just more copies of your 12 starters here. And I mean, yeah, nothing more to say. Nothing much else to say. Chambara is just an OTK machine on an open board. Stars Charger generic 6 to draw. Note that most of these extra monsters have to be win, because this deck does win lock yourself, so don't try to get too cute with the extra deck. Like Cosmic Blazar, this isn't really necessary. This isn't something you really would make. This is just fits in here because there's 2 spots that you would use on Link Monster that is banned, so I'm filling up with this. And Mistworm is funnily enough, Mistworm is a win monster. Probably the only time that attribute has ever become relevant on this card. But yeah, this just clears the board for you. And Maple Maiden, because we no longer are displaying maidenless behavior by playing Speedroid. Next up, I can't believe I missed this deck before for my budget deck video. It's ninjas, and apparently they didn't hit like crap from this deck. Like, you could probably just get 3 structure decks and just play ninjas. Like straight up, just put 3 structure decks together and then like a few whatever staples you have. And Pankratops is, if this were a budget deck video, I wouldn't include this, but this isn't a budget deck video. This is just what apparently are the best decks for this event, and Pankratops is at 1, so if you have it, play it. And like the ratios are all like, you want 3 Tobari, 3 Mitsu, 1 green, 1 Baku, 3 Hanzo, 3 Kagero, 2 Geo, that's the one you want to special from deck, and then you run the Rhoda, the 1 Ninjutsu Art of Iron Digger, the 1 Field Spell, 3 of the, apparently people have been running 3 of the Notebook. I haven't really seen this run before in Constructed Ninjas, but again, since they banned a lot of staples, I guess you have room for more consistency, and there's no pots or no prosperity, so it's nice for a little consistency. And then 6 books, because this is a ninja deck, so you can, not only are these disruptions, and pretty much book is probably one of the best quote-unquote non-engine traps you can run in this format, because they banned all the other ones, like all the hand traps. So book is just good already, and then it has synergy with the ninjas flipping their stuff face down. Same with Book of Eclipse. And then 3 ninjutsu are again, these are all of these cards are from the structure deck. So if you have 1500 gems or you just want to buy from the structure deck, you can play it like that, and then like 3 of the dancing leaves, and then 1 Chizuara duplication. Again, the extra deck, the only cards that matter from this deck are also in the extra deck are also from the structure deck. 3 Maizen, Yaguramaru, and 3 Saizo, and then the rest is like even Blade Armor Ninja is from the structure deck. And then you can like random rank 4s and like rank 2s, I guess, for your insect ninjas and green ninjas, but you're probably never gonna go into any of the Xyz. And Boros Sword, you can Boros Sword OTK since you know, defense and all that, but like honestly, you're probably only gonna go into the ninja cards, the 2 fusions and the link monster from your extra deck. So I mean, yeah, this is I don't know if it's going to be quite the best deck, because there is one more deck that is also relatively unhit that might be a bit more problematic than funny flipping face down men. Okay, so this is a deck that I feel like people are gonna get very familiar with during this event, and not in a good way if they're not the ones playing it themselves, because we all know that the new pack just dropped and TGs are part of the new pack, so you know, you gotta keep this legal for a low powered event like Legend Anthology, right? You gotta keep a deck legal that can summon Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity on your opponent's turn thanks to Crimson Dragon. You gotta keep the Calamity Lock legal in the fucking Legend Anthology event. So yeah, that's why I recommend a lot of decks to run Book of Moon and Forbidden Chalice as like ways to, at the very least, not auto lose to Calamity. But I mean, yeah, this is thank God the Sinful Spoils package is banned. So like, thank God we don't have full power TG with Sinful Spoils package to search the Rocket Salamander. At the very least, now you only have to deal with your 3 copies of Rocket Salamander plus 3 double Rodas with limiter removal. And this is really just about filling out the rest of the slots, because with no Sinful Spoil and no hand traps, you have a lot of tech slots you want to use for like consistency. For example, like the non-engine, like the max season and stuff, then the qual body rays that you can't play in this event. Obviously, you replace them with stuff like Book of Moon and Chalice and Veilers and the 1 Imperm if you have them. But then the rest is like, you have a 1-for-1 to get TG Rocket Salamander. You have a couple other engines besides just the TGs. So DD Savant Kepler and DD Lamia basically gets you a level 1 non-tuner in DD Savant Kepler and a level 1 tuner in DD Lamia, and then those 2 you can use to make TG Mighty Striker. So at the very least, the Kepler, the DD engine will get you Mighty Striker, and Mighty Striker on its own can get you most of your combo, since you can just add a limiter removal, which is a double Rhoda for you, or you can add all clear if you have other TGs already and you had combo pieces. Then you can still use the DD Kepler engine as basically 2 free buys into Mighty Striker and a Mighty Striker, and going into Over Dragonar, which is it's a soul charge as a level 5 synchro. So yeah, these two are like the main combo starters that you're going to be using from the extra deck to get your plays going. And then this Terratop engine, if you do have combo already, then Terratop at the very minimum is you can set up a Spell Trap Negate with Totem Bird, or a Monster Negate with Gossip Shadow. And if you have no other TGs, at the very least, Terratop you can use to add Red Eye Die, and then Red Eye Die will turn the Terratop into a level 1 monster. And then you can use these 2 to also go into TG Mighty Striker and combo that way. So that's just the DD engine, and the Speedroid engine is basically replacing the Sinful Spoils package for consistency for a deck. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This fucking Bruno is beating the shit out of Yusei in this event. Legend Anthology Acceleration, the Synchron deck is super hit, super banned. There's no junk speeder. Like come on. Meanwhile, Bruno gets to go free, Calamity locking people, and even summoning Yusei's boss monster, Cosmic Blazar Dragon. Like what is that? Right. Speaking of DDDs, does anyone remember the first Legend Anthology way back when DDD was basically almost unhit, and how it was absolutely everywhere, and how everyone got fucking sick of seeing this deck over and over again in the what was supposed to be a low powered event you just faced against DDDs putting up sucks and yoinks and a negate imagine having a negate in the Legend Anthology event. Yeah, well, this deck doesn't really change from that time. I don't think they hit anything relevant, or did they hit anything too hard from this deck. They put DD Griffin to 1, and they banned like the field spell or something, like the patent or whatever. Basically, this deck is completely playable, and yeah, it's I think most of the ratios are even like the same. You can run the standard ratios as you would in a constructed DDD list, like 1 Necro Slime, 1 Lamia, 3 Swirl, 1 Vice Typhon, 3 Kepler, a Cerberus, 3 Copernicus, 2 Orphros, the 1 Griffin that they hit from 3 to 1, that's like the one impactful hit they did to this deck, the Oblivion King Ragnarok, the Savant Thomas, the 1 Divine Zero King of Rage, whatever. I've never scrolled, hovered this card long enough to see the full name. And yeah, you still have 3 contracts, and you still have Contract with the Swamp, and you still have the Headhunt, the Steel Legal. And to supplement, I guess, the 1 loss of Griffin, you can run the consistency cards like Foolish 1-for-1 for your Kepler. You can run Piri Rice Map, which adds Kepler because it's a monster of 0/0. You can also, please, word of warning, please do not add Effect Veiler with Piri Rice Map if you already have full combo. That's not how it works. You can't activate the monsters you search with this unless you normal summon it, which you know, I assume if you search Effect Veiler with Piri Rice Map, you're not gonna do it to normal summon the Effect Veiler. So don't add don't do that. Okay. Yeah, this is the. Yeah, you can run the Book of Moon, then the Chalice slot. It's mainly for what I've learned is anti getting Calamity Locked slots. So you could maybe run Dark Hole in this place too, or like whatever. Just you know, don't. There are no hand traps in this event, so that makes going second a bit awkward, especially when you have which is mostly fine. But if you're playing against like a combo heavy deck like DDDs or TGs, then yeah, going second is gonna be rough. So unfortunate that that's a thing, and you have no ways to really combat that in this event. But you know, it is what it is. And then the extra deck, obviously you don't need. I don't think you really need 3 DDD, the Visor King Machinex. Like honestly, the bigger hits of this deck during this event is the fact that there's no Zeus, so you can't just randomly attack using this and then go into Zeus to clear the board in main phase 2. But yeah, this is just to fill up the slot. I think like you only need 2 of this in standard builds anyways, and then the rest of this stuff. This is the one of this. I'm not even sure if they even run this card, to be honest. Like you don't need, if you already play DDD, which I assume the people that are going to be playing DDD this event are already own the decks. So just know that your deck is completely fine, and you don't have to craft any more URs to play this deck in this event. Yeah, I mean, give the people that played the first Legend Anthology some PTSD. Why don't you? So there you have it. Even in a meta where seemingly every deck got hits, there's always a few decks that Konami forgot about hitting. So, you know, if you're lucky enough to be one of the people that owns one of these decks, yeah, you're going to go to town this event. And if not, go check out the other video I did where I have a bunch of decks that you can play that anyone can make that don't require you to craft any URs and are way better than these loader decks here.